Well done.
It's time to head down to Confidential Corner. This is called an uncomfortable moment in the shower.
Oh.
Now, we need quite a few names here, and you'll understand why.
How many? What?
We need 2 male and 2 female names from you, Uncle Si and Uncle Dave, and we need them to be a bit posh. So 2 male names from you, Uncle Si, and 2 female names, Uncle Dave, slightly posh, please.
2 male names. Crispin and Will.
Crispin and Will.
Good posh names.
Lovely names.
Penelope and Rosalind.
Okay, I'm just going to write this down. And Rosalind. Okay.
So give me Penny and Ros if you like.
I can't even spell Rosalind. How do you do that?
Fair enough. Well, this comes from Will. And Will writes, Dear Agony Uncles, I've been going out with Penelope for about 7 months now.
Nice.
She comes from a very well-to-do family from Kent, though now lives in London, where I work as a builder. I'm originally from Hull. Her family are all really posh, but lovely, and welcome me into their home, and they're really happy that Penelope has found someone who loves her. Everyone, that is, except for her sister, Rosalind. She's 36 and has always been a bit weird to me. She can never look at me and she barely speaks, and she's married to a right knob who's called Crispin. He's an antiques dealer, always talking down to me and asking things like, do you keep coal in the bath still in Hull? And stuff like that.
Tosser.
But the rest of the family hate him, so tell me to ignore him. Anyway, I stay at their house quite a lot, was having a shower, when I felt the door go, and in walked Rosalind. I had nowhere to hide, so I just had to stand there starkers while she explained to me that she hated her husband and really fancied me and would do anything for one night with me, but I mustn't mention this to anyone. However, if I ever wanted to get it on, just let her know. Then she left.
Oh, wow.
That was last weekend. I haven't mentioned this to Penelope. Should I? Asks Will. Over to you.
Bloody Nora.
Oh, I'd run.
It was a tough one, though, because he hasn't done anything wrong. He's just having an innocent shower,
My gut instinct straight away is get the parents together, get Penelope to I'd tell them. I'd spill and go, hey, listen, because where does that go? Because then she's put him in a position where she could manipulate the situation and it could all go horribly wrong. I think he's just got to... It would be the worst conversation in the world to have because... Oh, God, man, that's
what he doesn't
tough.
want to do, he doesn't want to get into a situation where he's having to defend himself because he did nothing wrong here.
He did nothing wrong. That's the thing.
So I think honesty quickly is the best policy there. I think you've got to confess it. And I think it sounds like the husband's a knob end anyway. So it could be highly possible everyone believes the story that she's very unhappy and might have made his approach. It just is going to ruin this relationship between the 2 sisters, isn't it?
Well, that's the problem.
Well, yeah, sisters, isn't it? Crikey, there's not much love lost, is there?
Dear me, man.
Ooh.
Oh,
or he has the affair.
He can't do that.
Can't do that. He doesn't know. That's not...
You can't.
Got it on a plate. It's coming.
I know. Well, but you just, maybe on the plate, the dessert, do you?
I think maybe you should tell Penelope, that's his wife and it's his sister, and then let her take some control over to how she wishes to, deal with this.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe she wants to just take a sister to one side and punch her lights out or give her a talking to. We don't know. You don't know what's gone on. They may have something. But I think I'd be upfront with Penelope and just go, this is really not on, but this is what happened. So what do we do about it?
Yeah, that's good call.
Yeah, and kind of, I think as well is by passing off some of the responsibility like that, you've taken that ownership that you have, but it's lessened it a bit. Yeah. Because after all, the person who's going to be really upset is Penelope, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and clearly none of us are worried about antiques dealer because it sounds like no one really likes him anyway. So we're less bothered about that marriage. We're more concerned about the in-house family relationship and the fact that he's feeling guilty for doing nothing. And
the poor lad is from Hull.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he works his cojones off because there's no builder that works in London that isn't working flipping hard. And oh man, that's awful. Yeah.
It's tricky. I reckon if you had the lads...
Oh, no, I think it's Dave's call. I think it's absolutely spot on, that, don't you?
Yeah, Penelope? Yeah, put her in
just
charge.
Put her in charge. And just, it's not abdicating responsibility, it's just sharing the problem and going, look, this is a big issue because this is what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
It's your sister.
Yeah, I was covered in suds.
Covered in suds. That was it, the beginning, middle and end of it. So where do we go from here?
And I think the key word there is we. You're so right, Dave, and making them a team. It is not his problem. You know, we're solid, you and I. So how do we handle this situation?
Yeah.
And I think it's exactly those words. Listen, me and you were solid. Something happened last weekend. This is what happened. How do we now proceed to handle this? Because I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm not going to sleep with your sister, obviously, but I don't know what to do.
You'd hate to think, though, he'd turn around and go, she'll turn around and go, you must have been giving us signs. What have you been doing? I'd hate the thought that she's then put him in that position to go, what were you doing? Why would she even do that if you hadn't given her the sign that she could walk in the bathroom door? And I mean, we don't know that either.
No, I mean, I think if you're honest about it, and if he is being honest, then he's got nothing to worry about. Yeah. It's just, look, that's the way it is. And presumably Penelope would kind of know him by now. That there's some degree of honesty, and if he wasn't liable to be wayward, then he's got no reason to doubt him, you know.
I must say, some people do have guts. I sort of think, oh my God,
balls
to walk into a shower room and do that to your family. Cool, that's ballsy.
I mean, but it's just I just find that sort of thing incredibly manipulative, and incredibly. Hold on a minute. There's no boundaries there at all. You don't do that to your sisters. You know, that's your. What's that about, man?
Yeah, solve your own problems, solve your old marriage problems out, and go and get a new one. But don't crack in on the family internally.
Yeah, and that's just like, it's undermining all of that. It's horrible, and his relationship with their family. What a cow her sister is.